¿Cómo te llamas?
Very confused on this Christmas Eve episode.
The Eve of Eves.
It's the Eve explanation from Franklin.
I talked to him earlier, Chad. He said, look, it's all in our heads. He said it doesn't even exist. He doesn't see any of it. He's checked all the systems. And I told him earlier, I don't even think this is computer issues now because
what?
Well, I was doing week 16 projections earlier and it sounded like the stuff was coming from my mic all of a sudden. And it comes from your end too. I got a brand new, everything's brand new. So I'm
kind of with Franklin. Coming out of your mic?
Well,
crazy.
Coming out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Coming out of the back end. Very confused.
Well, I don't know, man, but clearly, the other thing too is I get like this weird feeling when it happens, like on the intro. I don't know if you felt it, but I get this weird feeling.
Yeah, I do too. I just thought it was because I was tired. Just naturally tired.
You look like a straight hobo right now, by the way.
Thank you.
In a good way. In a very good way.
Oh. Yeah. I did not understand that could be a thing.
As good as a hobo could be, let me tell you.
I'll take
you're a good looking hobo.
I can get.
After the fantasy week we just had in week 15, we are both looking mighty rough right now. So
I mean, I have a glimmer of hope because in Dynasty, I'm in that ship. I'm feeling not good about it.
Yeah. I mean, let me be clear. I'm not. And so, and though I am feeling good about it from a standpoint of the long run, I'm sitting with the 102 pick in Dynasty in the rookie draft. I just traded Godwin and a third for the 107. Feeling good about that. I feel like my needs in Dynasty are going to be easily correctable. So definitely going, look, Ben Roethlisberger is, he done. So I'm going to need something else. And so I'm hoping maybe maybe in the veteran draft, somebody maybe lets somebody loose that I can use because, hey, let's go. I need something. Bingo, bingo, bongo. But, yeah, I mean, other than that, man, I'm just looking to last year took a lot of running backs. This year, I'm looking at wideouts, mightily heavy. Is that English?
Mightily.
Yes. So anyway, I will tell you that the ring is back. 2015 TFL champion in the house. And it is one of the hardest leagues ever because clearly the fantasy gods curse you if your name is Davidson at the end, right? I mean, we just can't seem to get any love, man. We both, it was supposed to be brother versus brother in the TFL League of Record, and everything lined up perfectly. Everything was lined up, and then the mighty fantasy gods themselves smit us. Can they smit you, or does it? Or you've been smitten?
Smitted.
We were smited. Smitted.
I've been smitted. Yeah, I mean, last year you had the highest scoring team in our entire.
It was record breaking. It was a record breaking season.
This year, I had the second highest scoring team ever. And neither one of us can get it. I mean, I don't know what we got to do to bring that championship in these last 2 years. But yeah, it's always competitive. It's always a struggle. So getting into that game is always fun, which is why I'm happy to be in it in Dynasty. It's going to be great. It just hits a little bit less happy with that. So BroMob, lots to talk about today. First of all, Merry Christmas. This is going to be
That's enough of that.
Coincidentally, nope, never mind. Christmas Eve. So just sit around, enjoy time with the family if you can. If not, try to enjoy your own time. What? And yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, BroMob. We don't really know what to say because we're both very depressed. Chad has slept under a bench in the park next to his house for about the last week. He has leaves and sticks coming out of his clothes. I feel like I've been just wandering my house. Like if the camera was on all week, you would just see me just aimlessly walk by, look around, and then we'll just walk the other way. I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to say. I'm so confused. I woke up the other day and literally at 2 a.m. couldn't go back to sleep. Stayed up till 4:30. Went back to sleep. Woke up. Didn't know where I was. This is life after you get bounced out of the fantasy playoffs. And so we want you to know that we know how you feel. But for those of you that are still in it, you're one of the BroMob warriors. We call you a Taraka. Just made that word up. Okay. You got a javelin. Tarakas. BroMob Taraka. You're running around. And you're after one of these things, the mighty championship ring. Just know that we've got your back and we're ready to help you bring home that championship. Yeah. One of those.
These buttes.
One of those.
These are nice too.
Listen, we're locked and loaded. We're ready to rock. I felt that one right in the boob, right in the man boob, in the nipples.
Man boob.
Both of my nipples tingled,
bro. Both
nipples.
I just don't understand how Franklin doesn't see these, or even feels these. Things are just getting weird. I don't want any part of it,
Franklin.
So let's.
You didn't see that? Are you kidding me? When's the last time you went to the eye doctor?
Also, Franklin, what are you doing in Arizona still?
It's warm here. It's warm here. He knows, right, Franklin?
What it is.
Yeah, buddy.
He continues to stay in Arizona, knowing he needs to be here. We got him more space. He has a whole corner over there in the dungeon, and he just doesn't come.
Well, hey, we got a lot to go through. All right, Franklin. He just punched me in the gut from the side over here, and he said we got to go. He's giving me the fingers.
All right, Franklin. All right, we're going to start moving on, Meanie. Before we get into it, BroMob, first, listen to us every single week on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, on YouTube. It's a wonderful time. You can see these weird glitches, I don't even know what you call them, Bryan. They're like glitches, basically, that are happening. They're happening on screen. They're happening on our computers. I posted a video on Twitter the other day. If you want to follow us at FF Bros Podcast on Twitter, my entire computer was bugging out, not even videotaping or anything. It was just going crazy. And I was just trying to look at fantasy statistics for the show, get things rolling here. Boom, computer exploding. So I don't even know what's going on. So check this out. You got to let us know what's going on here. We just had one happen during the friggin' intro of this show. So I'm just so confused. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram at FF Bros Podcast. Check out our TikTok page at Fantasy Football Bros. It's a good time, great time. Looking good out there. Videos looking crisp. Feeling good. Don't even know what's going on.
Shh, baby, listen. I got to tell you, BroMob, this is your boy. Episode 100 is coming up. Like in 2 episodes. Like we're at 98 right now. This is 98. We got 2 more episodes. We got that sweet 100 coming up. And we're going to do some special things. I'm not going to lie. We have some special stuff. We have some special things going on, and so you don't want to miss that episode. We might be live, maybe? Question mark. We're gonna have some fun, man. So look, episode 100 coming up here in just a mere 2 weeks, just after the new year. You don't want to miss it. It is our season finale, and it's gonna be big. So let's
celebration.
Let's do it.
It's a great time.
Good God.
All right, BroMob. without further ado, let's get into the show. Bryan, it's time for me to tell a story. BroMob, last week was not how I expected it to go. It's really looking forward to riding that donkey all the way to the championship game. Don't know what that means. Don't care. Telling a story. Listen. You know, BroMob, the championship is always a good thing to put in the back of your mind, but whenever it's taken away from you by a meager 1.3 points, and you're hoping for Evan Ingram to catch a ball, you know that things are going to be really slim and not good. I don't know what the slim part is. Slim Shady, maybe. I don't know. They're not good. I'm tired. I haven't slept. I haven't slept since the day of. I'm torn apart. My head's jambled. I don't even know what stories right now. But BroMob, I hope none of you endured this pain that I did, because I won't let it live down. I won't be able to live for the next year until I get back into it next year and win it. But until then, at least I get one more go at a championship, Bryan. But and you don't. But that's okay. Because it's going to be nowhere near as good as the big one. Thank you.
Sounds sad. I got a story too, Chad.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I wake up sometimes, BroMob, and I look down at my championship ring and just think 2015 TFL Fantasy Champion, best in the world. I was at the top, and when you get there, it feels so good. And then tomorrow comes, and you need it again and again. And you put together a string of seasons that are so dominating that you lose friends along the way. People that you care about, because you do anything to claw back to the top. It's really where I've been the last 4 years. Just domination. Unbelievable domination. And just to come home empty-handed 4 years in a row is the most depressing thing in the world. It's almost worse than baking a pizza to perfection, and then the moment you pull it out of the oven, it slips out of your hands and falls on the ground. So my advice to you is eat that pizza before it gets cold. That's all I got to say, man.
All right. Thank you. What a great
Thank you
story you just told.
I mean, it's a story of the pursuit of the perfection of domination, which has been basically the last 4 years for me. I mean, it's been unbelievable domination. Come on, baby. Let's go. It's pure domination, Chad, in every form of it. And then you get stabbed with the javelin into the heart, and they rip your aorta out and eat it in front of you. That's been Fantasy Gods lately for me.
What's an aorta?
I don't know, but it sounds terrible.
I was like, I gotta call him out on this.
Yeah, sounds terrible.
Let's see if he knows what it is.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not know, but what I do know is how to purely dominate a league into some.
It's getting out of hand.
It always seems to come when I'm just going completely berserko. Maybe it's me.
I was talking last time.
Maybe it's me.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway,
BroMob, we're done. We're done getting sad. It's time to get you to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to do that, Chad, is to get into our love and hates for the week. We've got stuff to do. I'm done messing around. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, Bryan. Here it is. Week 16.
Let's do it.
Championship.
Chips.
Keep going.
Hit me. All right, guys. First things first, quarterbacks. Can I get a drop? I mean, is it too much to ask? Thank you. Jesus H. Christ.
Franklin.
The guy, I'm telling you.
He's slacking, man.
Week 16, man. I've loved this guy since the moment he took over. Give me some Herbert, Justin Herbert. Flurbert. They're playing the Denver Broncos. And look, this is a team that we just saw Josh Allen go berserko against. Justin Herbert's going to do the same thing. So absolutely love me some orange sherbet Herbert this week.
Hate.
I know everybody's excited about Marcus Mariota. Let me be honest. It was fun to watch. He looked great. Let's not forget that he's Marcus Mariota. Okay. And they're playing the Miami Dolphins on the road in Miami. This is a legit team with a good defense. Look, don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. Don't put your ship in the hands of Marcus Mariota. Get out of here with that. No me gusta on El Marioto.
Oh, El Marioto.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his name. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I did not.
Well, it is now.
Spanish for the Mariota.
All right, Chad, get in. Let's do it. You're up.
All right, let's go.
Love.
I love Jalen Hurts. I've said it before, weeks before. I'm on the train. I was on the train beforehand. I was conducting the train. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. Now I'm continuing to throw that coal on the fire. This is one of those steam engine trains. What is going on with me today? I'm a conductor, damn it. That's what I'm getting at. I'm riding the train to victory. Jalen Hurts is going to be great. It's going to be a good time. I'm expecting another 30 points against Dallas. They're terrible. He's good. I like it. You should like it. Likey.
I just want to know what's going on with this arm. Why does this one arm keep coming up for you? Like, control that thing.
I can't. Just like I can't control this guy.
Hate.
Russell Wilson. Uncontrollable, not good. That's what's happening right now. The guy cannot string together a good couple of games back to back if it would smack him right in the forehead. Okay. It's not looking good. He's throwing interceptions all over the place. I don't know what's happened. Maybe he threw that arm out in the beginning of the season when he was throwing for 5 touchdowns a game, and he's just not doing that anymore. He's not as accurate as he was, and the team's running the ball more, so that they can keep him healthy for the playoffs. So I don't like this. He's going up against the LA Rams, and I mean, Aaron Donald and that team pretty much made him look silly the first time around. Or actually, no, they didn't. They kind of did. What? I don't like this matchup at all. The Rams are the best defense in the league in my eyes. I don't want any part of it. Russell Wilson, stay away from me, guy. All right? Don't even no me gusta.
You don't like that brown sugar?
No.
Oh, man, I love me some Russell Wilson, man, but not this week. I'm with you.
Well, hold on. I love Russell Wilson. I love him. Love him so damn much.
Together.
Just not this week. All right.
All right, fair enough.
Running backs, Bryan. Smack it up, crack it up, love it up, go.
Love.
All right. Look, if you're rolling this guy this week, you're rolling the number 1 running back over the last 4 weeks. That's right, BroMob. I said it, and it hurts to say it because I said no a few weeks ago. I'm like, no, I'm done with him rest of the year. But David Montgomery is breaking out, and a lot of it has to do with the team finally buying into the run and giving him running lanes and the ability to do what I thought he could do, but the game was not allowing him to do so. So David Montgomery on the road against Jacksonville, they're poor against the run. This matchup is made in heaven for him. He has been unbelievable. He's likely gotten you to the championship game, unless your name is Bryan freaking Davidson, in which case you fell short. Right in the eyeballs. Anyway, I can't see anything now. I'm blind. Stabbed myself in the eyes. I had it coming, Chad. David Montgomery, get him in your lineups. Love him this week.
Hate.
All right, and I'm going to roll with this guy, Jed. You talked about him a few weeks ago, and at first I was like, man, I don't know about that, but this week I definitely know about it, and that's James Robinson, running back on the other side of the field, consequently, of the guy I just talked about, of the Jacksonville Jaguars, playing the Chicago defense. This team stuffs the run. They're tough to run against. They're tough to pass against. It's a good defense. What am I going to say? All right, James Robinson, Jaguars are terrible. I don't feel good about the matchup going into the ship. So get him out of there.
Okay.
Love.
Gio Bernard, mustache power himself. He looks like Mario out there if he were a football player. Look, the guy's going against Houston. This defense can't cover anybody that is a running back or anything, really. They're a terrible defense. And so Gio Bernard, I like what he just did against Pittsburgh. He put up over 20 points in half-point per reception leagues, and I think he's going to do it again for Houston. This is one of those players you're just like, it's the championship game. Do I trust in this guy with the mustache? Yes. Always trust in the mustache. Get him in there. And guess what? If this guy's playing, his name is Antonio Gibson, Washington football team. If he's playing, you don't even hesitate. You get him in there. He's playing against Carolina. They're just as bad as Houston against the run. So Antonio Gibson was becoming a star before he got injured there. I want him back. I need him back. It's going to look good, just like Gio's mustache. Get him all in there. What? Get into my hate.
Hate.
You want to
love me some Gibbs. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you. I hate you. DeAndre Swift this week. D Swift himself going against Tampa Bay. This is the number one rushing defense in the league, and this is a rookie who, he's a rookie going against them, okay? I don't want any part of it. I know he's been good. He's getting multiple touchdowns in games here. I just don't see it happening against this defense. I think he regresses some. He's going to have himself a very, what's the word here? Pedestrian game. Yep, that was a great word. I have words. I have the best words. It's a good time. DeAndre Swift, not a good time. Don't play him. I hate him. What? I should just move on.
Yes, championship.
Just looking at you.
Wide receivers. Let's do it. Mike Evans. Look, I think I said this. I don't know. You go back and you look weeks ago, maybe even months ago, that Mike Evans was the guy you wanted to own on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chad Davidson, I believe you also said, no, get rid of him. He's bunk, blah, blah, blah. Question, where do you stand on that right now? Question mark.
I regret nothing.
I think you do, actually. So Mike Evans has been a monster in the end zone this year, just like I said he would. As the season started, I said he would be Brady's biggest touchdown target. He has been exactly that all year. Hasn't put up the yards that he typically does. I believe this is going to be probably one of the first years that he will have in his career with under 1,000 yards receiving. However, the touchdowns have been monstrous, and he has been very clear that he is after a championship. So he doesn't care. But at the end of the day, Brady trusts him in the red zone, and that's a big deal. So this week they play the Detroit Lions on the road. They're going to slice and dice that team. I can't wait. What is happening with this camera?
Franklin, man.
Franklin. Jeez. Anyway, Chad, I gotta tell you, I feel like you owe Mike Evans an apology.
So I'll give him one. And here's the thing. You owe him one too, because you just said you feel like he's not going to get 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. That would be the 7th consecutive year. But Bryan, he's only 220 yards away. I think it's 221 yards to be precise. All he needs is 110 receiving yards in both games. 110 and a half, if you want to do the math correctly.
That's true. That's true.
That's very doable. I mean, he is only catching 5-yard passes for touchdowns this whole season. But
hey, Mike, look, I tell you what. You do your boy a solid. Get that 1,000 yards 7 years in a row. He's my boy, dude. Mike and I, we're tight. I've been a Mike Evans fan for a long time. Long time.
What's his name?
Long time. Mike. That's what we call him. I call him Mikey E.
Mike.
Mikey E.
Mikey.
Michael.
Jeez.
Hate.
All right, and then I hate this week. Man, I really hate to even say it, but it's good. He's playing the number one passing defense, Chad, in Washington. But that's Carolina wide receiver DJ Moore. And Teddy Bridgewater, I don't Bridgewater. Why do I want to call him that, Chad?
I don't know, man.
Bridgewater. I don't know. What's going on with your mustache?
Mustache power, dude. I'm telling you.
I also don't know.
Gio, I'm believing in it. I'm using the mustache to win Dynasty. That's what's happening.
My name's Chad. Anyway, so DJ Moore, I just can't trust him. I can't trust him because Teddy Bridgewater just does not want to use him the way we thought he would use him. I have a feeling Teddy Bridgewater is like a one and done deal in Carolina, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. So anyway, DJ Moore this week, can't do it. Just won't do it.
Okay.
Won't do it, can't do it. Not gonna.
Won't do it, can't do it, not gonna. All right. Let's keep it rolling.
Love.
I love Jarvis Landry this week. And it's a name that not many people is probably thinking of. He's playing against the Jets, terrible defense. But here's the thing. Ever since Baker's been lighting it up, Jarvis has been lighting it up. He's had multiple games of over 20 points over the last 4 weeks. And I want every part of that to continue. Baker's hot right now. They're playing for that division. I think week 17, and that's not week 16. I get it. But week 17, I think that team's going to be fighting Pittsburgh for the division title. So I think they're going to continue to light it up, especially against this New York Jets defense, who, by the way, the Jets just won a game. And by doing so, they kicked themselves out of the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. So I don't know. I heard the funniest thing on NFL Network the other day, and it's like the Jets don't even know how to lose right.
No,
they can't.
No, they don't.
And it's so true.
You know, so Baker's hot as they get. I think Cleveland's going to win the division. I really do. I think Cleveland's going to win the division. I think the Steelers are kind of. I think people are really seeing now that they weren't quite as, especially since they had injuries on defense. They're very exposed defensively. So I think you're going to start seeing that Cleveland's the better team. I really do. I think if they played right now, I think Cleveland would absolutely bounce them.
Yeah. In the words of Shakubib Mugatu, Baker, so hot, Baker.
So hot right now, Baker. That Baker, so hot. Oh man! All right, Chad. Let's get into your hate. I was going to say, let's get into your hate, guy.
Hate.
I hate you.
Better stop coming at me.
And here we go, BroMob. Okay, go back into my sad story for a second. DK Metcalf, how dare you? How dare you take my dreams, build them up like you did? Make me feel great, because I came into the season and I was your number one fan. I screamed to the top of the mountains. Very, very tall mountains, much like you. And I said, this guy is legit. He's too legit. And he won't quit. And guess what? You quit. You quit on me. You quit on everybody last week. Playing for that championship ring. And you gave up. I got 4 points out of you, bud. 4 points. I can't believe it. All right. So DK Metcalf, this is going to continue. Sad story. Stop. Time for anger.
He calls him bud. I got 4 points out of you, bud. Oh God.
All right. Listen, much like Russ Wilson, they're playing the Rams. Okay. And he's about to get LA Ramsey'd. Okay, I want nothing to do with what happened the first time, and that was complete shutdown, not to be seen. A couple of breakaways that could have been something, but weren't anything. That's going to happen again. I don't want it happening for my championship team, which is not happening this year, DK. And so, BroMob, I don't want it happening for your championship teams. I don't want him to take you out of it. I loved him. He got you to where you are, probably. At least not. He might not have got you to the championship game with that. Terrible effort. Terrible. But I'm not playing him. I hate him this week. He's going against Ramsey. Everybody gets Ramsey'd. I got Ramsey'd earlier in the season. Don't be Ramsey'd. That's it.
Kareem Hunt, 2.6 points in fantasy. Absolutely destroyed me. Thanks a lot, Kareem Hunt. All right, Chad, tight ends.
Love.
Austin Hooper this week. I'm with you, Chad. I'm in the Baker's dozen. Just give me it. Give me all of it. I'll take everything Baker related right now. The guy is about as hot can get. And it's not just I think it's a lot of things. One, I don't think he has the pressure that having OBJ gave him. So he's able to actually scan the field, look for the open receiver. There's no pressure. If one of these guys gets one catch on the day, he doesn't have to deal with their bull crap. And so there's that part. And then there's also the respect of the run game takes a lot of pressure off of him. This is the number 2 rushing offense in the league right now with Kareem Hunt. Oh, saying his name hurts. And then Nick Chubb. So, I like Austin Hooper this week. They're on the road, but they play the Jets. And the Jets they're coming off this win. They're going to be all high and mighty. Smashy! All right. Cleveland's going to crush them. So, like Austin Hooper this week. Smashy. All right, man. God. Give me a hate. All right. Look, I know everybody's excited. I don't know if he came off of IR yet. Chad, is he off IR? Is he playing
yet?
Do we think he's playing?
I have a strong suspicion that he may.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
No other.
Just a gut feeling. Okay.
All
right. Well, let me unveil this person. So if he plays, he hasn't played in a bit. George Kittle against Arizona on the road in Arizona, which is oddly also where the 49ers are playing right now in Arizona, but they're technically the away team. I think it feels like a trap game. George Kittle comes back. You're like, oh my God, I got George Kittle back. Look, George Kittle, if you go back and look at his production before getting injured, I almost said, only 2 or 3 really good games on the year. So, and then the rest of it was very subpar. And it was really, I think it was it had to do with him being hobbled for most of that time. He's very injured this year. Plus you have inconsistency at quarterback, inconsistency at running back, the lack of respect to the passing game, double coverage on him. It just really hinders his ability. Arizona's a legit secondary against the tight end, unlike last year. And so, this feels like a game where you'd be excited. You put George Kittle in, and then you're like, not what I was looking for. 3.8 points. So I just not a big fan of this matchup. If George Kittle does not play, I'm going to add a secondary one here. So if he's out again, obviously you would not want to play him. But Hunter Henry also against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are really good against tight ends. Hunter Henry been very spotty. Just don't trust him this week, so I would look elsewhere. And plus 2, I think Hunter Henry going to be outshined by the full-time return likely of one, not Mike Evans. Why am I having a brain block right now, Chad?
Keenan
Allen, thank you. So Keenan Allen likely healthy, should be back full-time. I think ultimately he's going to be the target monster once again.
All right. Let's get into mine.
Okay.
Way better.
Love.
Robert Tonyan. Look, this is a top 3 tight end, and no one's talking about it. This guy didn't even make the Pro Bowl, Bryan. He's got 10 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Snubbed.
And just as many receiving yards as Evan Ingram. 0 drops. Evan Ingram has 6 drops. I'm a little upset that Evan Ingram got voted in and Tonyan didn't. And guess who else is upset? Robert Tonyan, as he should be. Robert Tonyan's going against Tennessee. I don't care how good they are, which they're not, against tight ends. Robert Tonyan's going to have another touchdown. He's got 5 games in a row with one. Make it 6. Get him in your lineups. Win the game. Get that championship.
Like I said last week, man, Rodgers just really trusts him, especially in the red zone. He's a big body, big target. Rodgers likes that. He's not going to have full cover, or he's going to have the number 1 coverage. And he's a nightmare to match up against. So I think Tonyan is going to continue to do well. He's one of those guys. I will tell you this, you're going to want to, so part of fantasy BroMob is also making sure you're taking notes about what's going on right now, so that when next year comes along, you have notes on the end on the last 6 weeks of the fantasy season so that you know what guys to really target based on what was going on. Because our memories will fade a bit. So Robert Tonyan is a guy that I'm going to be penciling in on my list of remembers for next year, because he's a guy, a tight end, I feel like you can get in the later rounds, probably somewhere between rounds 5 and 10, likely. We'll see where ADPs come up, but I think he's a guy you can get a little later that has potential to have this massive upside, especially if Aaron Rodgers is still there. So yeah, I'm with you. I really like Robert Tonyan, not only this week, but rest of season.
Yeah, and don't overthink it with that end of season thing too, because if you do, then you might end up looking at guys like this.
Hate.
Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee had himself one hell of a 2019 end of season. And you got to look at the team and what their scheme was, right? At the end of 2019, the Rams, they had to change things up because their offense was becoming stagnant and they couldn't run the ball anymore. So they were going 3 tight end sets at a much more consistent basis. And Tyler Higbee, of course, being one of those 3 tight ends and one of the best receiving options on that team, tight end, other than Gerald Everett, who also was injured at the end of last season, was the beneficiary of that, getting 100-yard games back to back. It's like he was looking great. Tonyan, from what I've seen so far, isn't that. He's been schemed into this offense since the very beginning of the season. He was catching touchdowns back then. He was getting used in third down back then, and he's gained the confidence of Rodgers throughout the whole season. So that's why we're seeing this gain here. So like Bryan said, take that note down. I'm doing the same. He's going to do great. Back to Tyler Higbee. He's going to do bad. He's not going to do good. He's going to have a bad game. I understand that he's had some recent success these past 2 weeks. Don't fall for it, okay? Just do not bring him in there so he can catch one pass for 15 yards and it destroys your entire hopes of winning that championship because you put too much faith into a guy that was on the waivers 2 weeks ago and he's been putting together some good games. Don't fall for it. Keep him out of your lineup and play somebody else. I'm not falling for it. I don't want any part of it. So neither should you. Done.
Fair.
Yep.
El Faro. All right, Chad, let's do some streamers, man.
Ooh.
This week, streamers.
All right.
Am I going first?
Go.
All right.
Yeah, you.
Enough. All right, man. Hey, we just talked about him. I'm in, man. Give me that baker's dozen. All right.
Woo!
I'm all about shake and bake, man. Love me some Baker at New York Jets this week. He's only 35% owned in ESPN leagues, Chad. So he's out there, BroMob. Go grab him. Get him in your lineup. Love Baker Mayfield this week against the Jets.
All right.
And then defenses, Chad. I'm gonna go a little haywire here. I looked deep. This defense is only owned in 11% of ESPN leagues. So this is a little bit of a deeper pick, but I like this matchup. The Texans defense versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Now I get it. The Bengals pulled up an upset this past week. You know, everybody's like, oh, Bengals and Jets. It's still the Bengals and Jets, guys. Let's not lose focus on what we got going on here. I like this Texans defense against this terrible, terrible Cincinnati offense. Only 11% owned in ESPN leagues. Sure, there are better matchups, but if you're really struggling and you're looking for a matchup with high upside potential, look no further. I like this Texans matchup.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Thank you. For that terrible, terrible take, Bryan. I don't understand it.
How?
Explain yourself.
I mean, I don't know. I just did. I feel like
Do it better.
I know. I don't wanna.
Sacks. Where are those coming from?
From the defensive line.
Okay.
And possibly a cornerback. With a corner blitz or safety. From safety blitz.
I hate everything about it, BroMob. I have a much better defensive.
Well, hold on. I'll tell you. Hold on. I'll tell you this. Like, here's the thing. So they haven't done well. You look back over the last stretch, dude. They played Indy, tough offense. Would you not agree to play against?
Sure.
Okay. They played on the road in Chicago. That offense is hotter than hot can be right now with David Montgomery and Mitch Trubisky. What? But they're blazing right now. They're cooking. I mean, the Bears might make the playoffs. Playoffs?
I hope they do.
I do actually too.
There's fans.
I do too.
There's fans out there.
And then they played Indy again. So it's three in a row of really tough matchups. Last time they did well, they played on the road in Detroit, 19 points. They had 3 fumble recoveries, an interception, 4 sacks. They had 3 sacks against Indy and Chicago. So, this isn't a team that can't do well. It's the Bengals that I'm saying, hey, the Bengals are trash. And Texans, it's a favorable matchup. I think they could do well.
Okay. Cardinals, much better. Cardinals are playing against San Francisco. Nick Mullins is hurt. CJ Beathard's in. This team is terrible. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. They're not looking good. They're ugly. What else I got here? San Francisco's not good right now. And the Cardinals defense is the opposite of that. They're actually playing well. Bryan, you mentioned it earlier. The safeties are playing lights out. They got Budda Baker on this defense. He's just been Pro Bowl level. Patrick Peterson's back to his standard self of being strong against wide receivers and being able to shut them down. Brandon Ayuk, I get it. He's been going off in the last 4 to 5 weeks. I think it kind of slows down, especially with Beathard coming in there. Beathard's going to have to try and get a connection with somebody in a short time. I just don't like it. Cardinals defense, they're only managed in 39.7% of ESPN leagues out there. So they're very available. Go get them if you can. I think it's a really, really good stream.
Would you say that Brandon Ayuk is Ayukin?
Ooh, yes. Yes, I am. In my QB stream of the week, Tua Tagovailoa. That's right. Tua legit to quit. He's coming in. He's going to play Las Vegas. Terrible defense. Always hurt or on COVID IR. And Tua's been doing some good things. I mean, even against New England, Bryan, he didn't score 20 points, but he was definitely a streamable quarterback, scoring 18.8 points, I believe it was. So, I mean, he's got a high floor. He gets some rushing work in there, and he's showing some really good, strong rapport with his receivers. So I like him against Vegas. I think it's going to be a scoring type of game, Bryan, like a high scoring game between them and the Raiders, the Yadas. And I think Tua is going to come out victorious against this team, and it's going to be great. I think I'm a big Tua fan. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be good for fantasy. I think it's a good start for your championship game if you don't have better options there.
Yeah, last 3 weeks for two. I'm with you. Last 3 weeks, 19.7, 28, and 16.1. So, I mean, certainly very streamable. And he's, as a rookie, somebody that's been tossed in mid-season, you got to kind of pick it up and go with it. I mean, you could certainly go with worse options, that's for sure. So I like Tua as well. It's a good stream. And by the way, I would have went Cardinals on the defense, Chad, but you already had them. What am I supposed to do? Give the BroMob the same stuff you're going to give? No, I go a little deeper. I go more challenging. Okay. Because you know why? Because that's what the BroMob needs. They need that deep savvy. Okay. That 2015 championship style, Chad. Okay. 6 years. So that may tell you 6 years in a row making the playoffs. It's a league record. I mean, it's not even close. My record I'm literally running almost a 750 record, 75% winning percentage record over the last 5 years. I mean, it's a big deal. I'm a big deal. I know. I'll see you in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's 2 things that are a lock. Okay. Brian Davidson makes the playoffs, and fantasy gods smite Chad Davidson. Those are 2 things you could put that down every year.
Also, when are Volcano? The McRib's back after 6 years of being gone from McDonald's. So what's going on here with the Volcano tacos for I don't even know how I'm bringing this up, but Volcano tacos from Taco Bell. What's going on here? It's been 12 years or something like that since Volcano tacos. What's going on?
I mean,
I'm getting excited.
If the McRib is back, I feel like there should be a Volcano taco season.
Season.
Yeah, 30 days.
Fantasy season.
Yeah, like during hashtag bring back Volcano menu.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
All right, BroMob. That's going to be it for the show this week. For direct and guaranteed start-sit advice, head over to jointhebromob.com. Bryan and I get a lot of requests throughout the day through Twitter, Instagram, and everything. Go here to jointhebromob.com, become a BroMobster, and get right out. Hey, baby, hey, boo boo. I can't speak right now. What's going on? I don't even know what's going on. I can't think. And that explains it. It's messing with me.
Yep. That's what it is, Chad. BroMob, let me tell you something. If you want unbelievable advice, good looks, smells that tingle the nostrils, and weird sounds that come from your computer, head over to Twitter at FF Bros Podcast. Subscribe. Click just at the top of it's at the top. You click the subscribe button. You click it. The follow button. You click that too. If there's a bell, click it. Just start clicking stuff on our page. Click away. Click until your clicks are done clicking. Click it on stuff, okay? Click it.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on Instagram at FF Bros Podcast. Follow us on Tickety Talk. You need to clickety clow on the Tickety Talk. All right. At Fantasy Football Bros is the tag. Look us up. We're a big deal. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all.
All right. Thanks, Bryan. Okay. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday to stay up to date. I know lately we haven't been going on Wednesdays. We've been having these weird glitches and weird things going on. It's been tearing us up, BroMob. So be sure to tune in every Wednesday for every single episode to stay up to date in the fantasy football world and gather any insights on how to dominate your fantasy football leagues, especially during this championship season, BroMob. But be sure to check us after the season 2. I mean, we're season long. So we're all season long. Season 3 is on its way after episode 100. I don't know if we talked about that already, but episode 100 is on the way.
2 more weeks.
Going to be great. So be sure to tune in. It's going to have some really good stuff on that. Just tune in. Don't miss out. Be sure to check out our Twitter and Instagram. Bryan's already talked about it, but you need to just at FF Bros Podcast. I can never say it enough. Get out there, check it out. Check out the hashtag BroMob on Google if you wanted to, and just a whole bunch of stuff comes up there. So BroMob, as always, thank you for joining in. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and we'll talk to you next week after you've won that championship ring up.
Get that ship.